and we are going to go into Nagrand to the last round. And, you know, what are we looking at, Matt? I mean, what can you see happening?
I don't think Clazy and his teammates are going to be happy with how that last game went.
No, it isn't at all. So let's follow Patrol. You can see him there on your screen going around the outside. Haren, and he is going to do a shadow step and open up onto Miracle. And actually a sap, that was a vanished sap onto Haren. That's absolutely crazy. I don't know how they got a sap off onto him so well. And now they're going to open up on him. In comes a cheap shot. And the Priest, not sure if he's used Trinket. It could be in a bad situation. Still going on then onto the back of Haren. He is going to be polyed. And comes a Dispel. Here comes another Shadow Step and a Trinket. So Patrol has used everything. He can be blinded, but instead they're going to go onto the back of him. Haren onto the back of Patrol. He's in a kidney shot. Same time gets pain suppression. Nice move from him. Also Penance coming in is really going to own the damage, and Patrol going to be completely alive. He's going to use Cloak of Shadows to try and get away and get back into stealth. Not going to be able to. He's going to be put into slow. In comes Haren then once again onto the back of Patrol. Patrol doesn't have a target really that he can go on apart from Haren. Is going to be getting penances once again. Drops so low, and surely Killie are going to capitalize on this. Patrol isn't being able to play the same game whatsoever. In comes the cheat. Death lasts less than when I could say it. No counter kill is going to be coming up, and I mean, too much. It was a fancy opening by Patrol. That was really fancy moves to start with, but kind of, you know, didn't punish him, but he kind of just got owned. He didn't have a target halfway that game because they didn't allow him to have a target.
It was just spotless play there from Clazy's team. They really took no chances, and they gave us a masterclass on how to play Rogue Mage Priest in 3.03. Not that it's really going to have much of an impact on other RMP players now that Lich King is out, but it certainly was a great game to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Patrol, it was a fancy opening, you know, in ways I liked it. I mean, the fact that they actually got a sap onto Haren. But, I mean, why not get the sap but still concentrate on the Priest in that situation? I mean, this game's so fast that when you make a decision, I respect the players are having to stick with it, because a wrong decision played well can still be a very good decision. But I do believe that that was slightly a wrong decision. With that sap onto Haren, you know, they could have gone back onto the Priest. And certainly, if Haren used his Trinket, hello blind. You know, they could have just kept him out of the game and picked someone else to kill, and I think they should have done that. So, Myth, not maybe playing that one to their A game.
No.
Did a brilliant job. Killie are going to claim victory 3-2. First round from Group B that we saw. But, I mean, who was really the man of the match for you, the MVP of that game? Anyone you particularly saw come out tops? And I do apologise for following rogues in that game. I know people want me to follow players like Classy, which I will do later in the tournament. But who was your MVP?
Well, I was switching between all three players like a madman, trying to get every single moment of that match. And I've got to say, they just looked so good as a team together. They just looked like so sort of well-oiled. They just all just sort of came together and just perfect coordination. I think the team as a whole was just so spotless there that it's difficult to pick one particular player who stood out.
Yeah, it was, and certainly fast games as well is always going to be hard to see what exactly was going on. You know, I liked that poly that Classy put onto Patrol as well, and I swear to God that he trinketed when he didn't need to. I saw Dispels hitting him on the sheeps, and I think it was 2, and then I swear to God I saw him trinket for no almost apparent reason. And also he had to use that Vanish after opening up to get, you know, the sap off as well. So not massively. He didn't have a great game, but he also he was the player that really got him the victory previously. So yeah. I'm not gonna.
I mean, speaking of Dispels and trinkets, I really would think that spectators would appreciate it if we had slightly more definable animations, so that we can really distinguish. I mean, you can distinguish, but sometimes when action is just so fast-paced, it really would be great to have a slightly different animation for trinket.
Yeah, I agree with you. For spectator mode, I almost make it like really cool, big anime kind of spells and stuff. So when you can visibly quite easily tell what people are doing without someone having to tell you. But I don't want too much eye candy that it just looks like World War III.
Well, trinkets just play such a huge part in the game, and sometimes for spectators or even for new players, it's difficult to really pick up on that. And maybe a sort of coloured animation, something that stood out a bit more, would help people who are spectating and also help people who are just getting to grips with Arena.